The person who was going to present this award, unfortunately, is not here. She's one of our jurors, Rona, but I am delighted to be able to present the award because The Ribbon Leaf is a wonderful story. It was billed by its publisher as a young adult story, but in fact, it really works brilliantly as an adult book of fiction or a book of fiction for grown-ups. It's a wartime story of courage and of friendship. It's very briefly, it's the story of an Aryan German girl and a Jewish German girl who had been friends for a very long time as very, very young kids, had dreams of stardom together, as a lot of young girls used to do in the old days before they dreamt of becoming book publishers. And it was a time when being friends could be lethal to both of them. Kristallnacht hit in 1938, as you all know, and it shattered their friendship because the Aryan German girl's family were Nazis. Edie, the Jewish girl, escapes and ends up in Canada. The Aryan girl stays behind in Germany with her Nazi family, but she begins to feel very guilty about what's happened to her friend's family. And she makes the decision, under really deplorable circumstances and at the risk of her own life, to help her friend's father. And this is basically a very, very short, not terribly effective way of telling you the story, but it is a terrific story. I'm going to hold the book up, and I am sort of hoping that Laurie's friend, the book is by Laurie Weber. I used to tell every author I published, please hold your book up. Most of them are too embarrassed to do it. But please buy the book. And Laurie has a friend here who will accept, I hope, on her behalf. My friend Jack Rabinovich used to always say at the end of the Giller Awards that for the price of one dinner, you can buy all these books, and I think this is true.
Thank you so much to the organization and to the judges for this huge honor. The Ribbon Leaf began with my curiosity about Jewish and non-Jewish friendships during the Second World War, and about how war shapes childhood itself, perhaps because my father was a child in Nazi Germany and I could see the effects. My goal was to explore the everyday lives of Sabine and Edie growing up during this darkest of periods. I wanted to explore the parallels between the two girls, absent fathers, sick mothers, first loves, their growing pains and fears, but also their triumphs. And through it all, I wanted them connected by this special yellow ribbon that was a symbol of love between them. I did extensive research and read dozens of memoirs looking for those everyday details. I don't write with an outline, so the larger events of the war formed a loose framework in which to place the two girls, and the biggest challenge was keeping the book character-centered. I grew to love Edie and Sabine and carried them in my head and heart for almost a decade as their lives unfolded on either side of the Atlantic. It means a lot to me to be recognized by the Jewish community in Canada for this book. Growing up Anglophone in Montreal, I've always felt that the Jewish community lies at the heart of this city. Its famous people like Leonard Cohen and Mordecai Richler, its famous places like Schwartz's and St. Vitor Bagel are quintessentially Montreal. This book allowed me to explore the city's rich Jewish history, and it means so much to me to know that I did this successfully. Months after the book was published, the Bag Street Synagogue, which features in my book, was defaced by anti-Semitic graffiti. This act reinforced for me why writing history remains important. Thank you so much once again, and I'm so sorry I couldn't be there in person to meet you all. Hopefully that can happen another time. Now I will read from Edie's first section of the book. It's 1938, days after Kristallnacht. Edie, who is 12, is going to her aunt and uncle's in Munich with her mother. Her father is hoping they can help Edie and her mom leave the country. I'm sitting on the train to Munich beside Mama. It's just the two of us since Papa couldn't come, and we're in third class on terribly hard wooden seats, surrounded by people who look as miserable as we do. I tell Mama I'm hungry and ask if we can go to the dining car, but she says, "No, Edie, not today." When I ask her why not, she says we're not allowed. When I ask her why not, she just shakes her head and pulls out some bread and cheese from her bag. All around us, people lower their eyes as if they know the answer to my question, but won't say. Going to the dining car is my favorite part of the trip. I love spreading the white linen napkin over my lap and picking up the heavy silver cutlery. It makes me feel glamorous and important, like my favorite movie star, Marlene Dietrich. Stop asking so many questions, Mama tells me. But that's not what Papa says. Always ask, always question, he says. Otherwise, you are a puppet and not a person. Except a few weeks ago, when I came home and told Papa that Frau Farber made me return the gold medal I won in gymnastics, Papa didn't question it. He just hung his head, and there were tears in his eyes, like there were this morning when we said goodbye at the station. So thank you so much again, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day.